Hey guys, welcome to this episode of the AniMango Tokukast. As always, I'm your host, Frozen Stratos. Here with me today we have...
That's nice.
We just watched Amazon's episode 1. Amazon Riders, excuse me. Man, that was not good.
Yeah, the first 37 minutes of it didn't even show our Kamen Rider. And for like an episode like this, done in the style, like the whole 40-minute TV episode things, like they usually do stuff like that. Yeah. But in that time, they do take, they put significant effort into like developing our main characters and kind of like setting up the whole world and like all the problems that are gonna be like, facing our main characters down the road. They did kind of do that, but they kind of forgot about our characters. We focused like a little bit too much on the Extermination Squad, which, I mean, they were a nice cast of people, but there was way too many of them. So we didn't really get to focus on any like particular like core of characters, I can't like really say their names and know like their quirks and stuff. Like all I do is know that one chick because she's the only female. And like aside from that, like we spent some time with the dude in an aquarium and his bitchy stepmom or whatever the frick she is.
Keep going.
Oh, there's nothing else for that point.
I feel like we were shown things. We were just shown things, but we weren't given any sort of grasp of the gravity of any of it. Like, we don't get a handle on any of the characters. We don't get to understand any of them. All the danger they go through. We don't get to understand any of the danger because either it's muddled in so many muted colors and all that stuff, and on top of that, everyone's just sort of annoyed. No one's like fearful or scared, and maybe they were trying to establish that they've been at this a while, but like me seeing those characters annoyed made me a little annoyed that we had to, like, they had to slog through it and we had to slog through it. And that's not what I want to, like, that's fine later on in order to establish that maybe we're just going through the motions, but here at the beginning we really needed that attention grabbing sentence. And this was just a dense paragraph of explanation.
Like they also did tell us a lot of things, and like they showed us like all these things. They also try to make a thing about just like telling us like, oh, he lives in an aquarium, and this is supposed to like symbolize stuff like that. They did that in the middle of the episode, like right after we kind of like dealt all the extermination stuff. And that kind of took me out of like the whole thing. Like they're trying to do a lot of artsy things, like you mentioned in the watch along, and that was like a little too on the nose. And it made me kind of wonder, like, is this show meant to be for kids? Like a lot of this...
No, obviously not. Wait, what are you talking about?
Like this whole like kind of genre is something that's catered towards like children in the first place, right?
Well, no.
Like the whole
the conceit of this show was to make an adult Kamen Rider series. Where I feel like it fails is that they attempt to do adult things, try to set up and execute on adult themes, but it all just becomes so bland and heartless.
Yeah, like this just feels like a regular like kids show, except the only thing they changed up was when they kill the monsters, they're just a little bit more gruesome. And that's not enough to actually like make it into an adult series,
And to me, the only thing that sets this apart from any other Kamen Rider series outside of the gore is the length, and the only way they achieved that length is, so we've got, I only know how to do like 24-minute episodes, so here's what we'll do. We'll just keep the camera running. You'll say your lines slower, and then we'll reach that sweet 45-minute mark. I feel like that's what went down, because you could axe half of this stuff.
Actually, most of this episode is probably like unnecessary.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I honestly believe that this entire episode was kind of unnecessary, and like, for that one part about that the character that turned into that green Amazon at the end.
Yeah,
That's something you can keep in an episode too. Like this, if you're gonna make a Kamen Rider Amazon series, like please start off with the Amazon, or at least like let us focus on the character, because like there's nothing really interesting kind of grabbing us into the series.
Yeah,
like nothing. Even like the action scenes were like the first part, they were so dark that you couldn't even tell like what was going on, and a lot of it was trying to like create that spooky mood and like all that like fear. I didn't feel any of that because I didn't see anything, and there was like nothing kind of like told to us or shown to us that like there is a threat here, you know? Like this
well,
is like,
I mean, there were limbs just sort of floating around there. I feel like that was our sort of clue into that situation.
Yeah, but like the characters kind of weren't like feeling it.
Yeah,
like that was
no,
the thing.
exactly. It like they were just sort of annoyed.
Yeah, like there was way too many like conflicting things there, because if you want to set up a threat, you can't start it off with people who are used to it and they don't care, unless you're trying to like focus in on that part. But they didn't. Like they didn't really go into it much longer. They just kept on like switching focus, and like we'd have glimpses of Kamen Rider Amazons messing with chickens and like freaking eating their eggs.
That wasn't Amazon. That was like Amazon Alpha, I think.
Really?
And then Amazon Omega is our main rider, the one that leaps out at the end.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did look like an egg, because I was like, wow, this this Amazon looks a bit too old to be a main character. Thanks for clearing that up.
Yeah, no worries. Because like you wouldn't have known. Yeah. Otherwise, like I don't know if that was intentional, but I don't know that they're doing a good job at like establishing an interesting plot to follow. I don't even know, like the mystery they set up. Even it was so muddled in just pausing. You just pause and let the scene just click, 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 and it just got annoying. Just say where, like, if you're gonna exposit to me, don't also waste my time.
Yeah, like all I got from like this episode was, okay, we have Kamen Rider Amazon, and apparently this new green one, and they're fighting these monsters that occasionally show up.
Yeah.
Like, why do I even care about this episode or this series whatsoever? Like, is this just meant to, meant as a service for like Kamen Rider fans? Because I'm pretty sure like no one outside of like the current Kamen Rider fandom would actually pick this up.
Yeah, exactly. And even it making it to America, there's like who's gonna think, oh yeah, Amazon Riders, that sounds unique or something, I'll pick it up. This didn't do anything to grab you at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see in episode 2. I think like if episode 2 does not pick it up whatsoever, then that spells really bad things for this series.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I think that we've basically said our piece. So if you like this episode, hit that like button and subscribe if you want to hear more from us each week. We're going to be bringing you Amazons weekly along with our regular superhero time content. So if you're into that, subscribe. And hey, also we've got an anime channel. Link to that is in the description as always. And a Discord. Friggin' the Discord is a thing as well. So do that. Join us on the Discord. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Keep it juicy.
See ya.
You know, I've said that like 4 times today. This is like the 4th thing I've had to record.
Yeah, it kind of gets to you after a while.
Yeah, it does. I'm getting the wetness.
Man. Yeah, I say like juicy twice during my outro, so it's just like even more awkward.